What's going on, the Copywriting Call podcast? Your boy Loso 2.0, the copy got himself. And today I got Will with me, man. Why don't you introduce yourself, man?
What's going on? My name is Will. I'm the CEO of Evolve Fitness. I've been doing this for about 2 years now. First, I started off being a personal trainer at a gym, and I realized I wanted to do my own thing. This is where I'm at right now with it. Independent business owner.
That's cool, bro. That's cool. So you said you were a personal trainer in the gym, then you started doing this. So what inspired you to basically take that jump from trying to just, be an employee to like an employer? Like what made you make that jump?
Firstly, because I feel like when I was an employee at a gym, I wasn't getting paid enough, honestly. And I went to school for movement science kinesiology, and it's like they kind of used that to their own advantage, and there was a lot of profit off me, and it wasn't fair. I'm like, nah, I can't be going like this. And they was putting me in a lot of weird positions. Like they was putting me in positions where they wanted me to be like a physical therapist for gyms and all that. And I'm not even licensed or anything like that.
Yeah,
it was money, and it just didn't feel right. And after a certain point, I had like 20 plus clients, 30 clients, but it didn't feel like that. Like the money wasn't like transferring over correctly. Like they was making profit than I was. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take that jump and do my own thing, because personally, I have a lot of friends as entrepreneurs, and they all got successful from real, like being different from everybody else. And if I have all these friends who's doing these things, it's a sign that I can do it too. So that's why I did it. It was hard, at first. You don't really know what you're doing when you start. But it's just like, you get thrown into the jungle and then you adapt.
Yeah, facts.
That's how me.
Yeah, that's it's called the burning bridges approach. You know what I mean? It's like you just go and do your thing, man. That's definitely great, man, that you are able to do that. Do you feel like being surrounded with a bunch of friends that were all entrepreneurs, do you feel like that helped you along in your journey? Or
yeah, it definitely helped me out a lot, because those were the people I had to look up to. I have friends that has businesses for like, apartments, Airbnbs, streetwear, like fitness as well too. Like all my friends, I can learn from them. They say who you surround yourself with. I don't surround myself around like negative people or people who bring me down. I surround myself around people who bring me up and make me want to do better for myself. So that's why I learned, like, you are who you are around, and it's good to surround yourself around the right people, because you can learn from them. And I'm always on YouTube. Like I'm always watching podcasts, blogs, mindset, how to let go of negativity, how to generate more income, passive incomes, and all that stuff. With an entrepreneurial mindset and just the mindset I have for myself and just always want to do better, sky's the limit. That's why my brand is called Evolve or Die Fitness, because either you're going to evolve in this world or you're going to die being stagnant. Basically, like, you can't settle. You have to keep on evolving, because life is only going to keep on hitting you. It's how you react to it.
Nah, facts though. I actually made an episode about that. That like us as human beings, like even to a cellular level, right? Like everything moves. So like solids have to move. So like if they're not moving, you know what I mean, you're not living really. So you have to always move, bro. Even when we're sitting right here, we're moving. So it's like if you're not moving, you're going forward, you're going backwards, since you're always moving. So if you're stagnant, you're really going backwards. So that's definitely some true stuff that you were saying now. I think that
times is always changing too. Like, businesses are getting better. A lot of people are being unemployed, especially after COVID. It's like we have to grind to get what we want to be. Especially me being early 20s. Now is the right time to really make a difference and apply a lot of pressure so we can live the life we want to live now. It's all about manifestations too.
Facts.
I met this artist when I was in New Orleans, like 2 years ago. My squad put me out on New Orleans. I met this artist by the name of Rico Love. He's a producer. He owns and like R&B singers. I asked him for advice, like, how do you get to where you are today? He was like, the same way you're able to, what do you say? He was like, the same way you're able to breathe is the same way you should be able to do anything you want in life. Either that, or it was like the same way you're able to walk should be the same way you're able to do anything you want in life. Like, just do it. You know what I mean? We're capable of doing a lot of things, but it's all mental.
I definitely agree. So when you be an entrepreneur and stuff like that, I know everybody's family reacts differently. Do you feel like your family was supportive of it, or how do you feel like your family took, you trying to be an entrepreneur?
My family was pretty supportive about it, but like they started like believing me more when I actually started doing the work. And friends in my support team itself, like people only say like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and do that. But they don't, that's all talking. They're not really putting in action. They have the vision, but when I started putting the action about it, really taking it more seriously, that's when I started getting a bigger like support system, started expanding more, and like more people started believing in my business. You know what I mean? Like it's consistency. I might not post videos every single day, but you would definitely see I'm posting something on my story. It could be a motivational quote. It can be an old workout. It could be some health tips. It's just consistency. You lay a brick every single day. You know, it's all about your foundation. I learned it from this book called Atomic Habits. You are like how you construct yourself every single day. It don't have to be something you're doing 15, 30 minutes a day. It could be something as simple as 2 minutes where habits are created. So that's what I do. That's what I try to incorporate into my life is routine, because I do a lot of stuff. Like I'm a teacher, I'm a personal trainer, and I run my own business. You know, and I'm in grad school too at the same time. So it's just like, yeah. So it's just like, if I don't have a routine or a schedule for what I'm doing, everything's gonna crumble. Everything crumble. So it's really just about organization.
Yo, 1000%, bro. It's funny you even say that. That's something that I started doing too. Like, you know, married, got my podcast business, public speaking. You know, I'm about to publish my first book, District Manager. I run like 10 AT&Ts. I'm like, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah, it is. But like you said, the structure and having the time to do stuff like this and just pushing, you know what I mean, for your dreams, that's what kind of keeps me going. So I see that also seems like similar for you. So you said you're a big reader. What book you reading right now? Or
what book I'm reading right now is this book by David Goggins. It's called Do It All.
Oh my God, I love David Goggins, bro.
I've been in with him. He has like a great story. You know,
bro, he's hardcore.
But the book I read before that was Atomic Habits. I really read that book, and it really made me start building routines and really start doing habits for everything I want to do in life. I know my morning routine. I wake up in the morning, I pray to God, I say at least 5 things I'm grateful for, and then I do at least 50 push-ups. Because I want to maintain a certain physique. So I have to do those habits every single day. It could be something as simple as 10 push-ups. My muscles are still activated.
Yeah.
You know
that's definitely great. You just trying to get yourself going for the day. That's cool though. So from your Atomic Habits or even the David Goggins book, what would you say is like the biggest lesson that you're learning from that?
And this is bigger than just the David Goggins book and Atomic Habits, but it's really just exiting your comfort zone. Not all feel like doing something, but once you just get up and do it, you build motivation, inspiration. Like I learned this from this book, like The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F.
Oh yeah, I know that.
It said you build motivation after doing the action. It's not reverse, so you get the motivation, then you do the action. Because I realized, like previously, when I try to watch like, a lot of motivational videos, it gets overstimulating because we tend to overthink. You know, it hurts. And it's like, damn, I'm not working hard enough. It's not even that. Just do the work, and the progress you make, you're gonna build motivation to do more. You know what I mean? I used to watch a lot of motivational videos in my bed and stay in my bed, bro. So, like, once I started like actually doing that, I built more motivation to do more for myself. I don't try to like have the motivation first, then do the work. I do the work first and have the motivation come throughout the progress.
Yo, that's crazy. You said that. It's a lot of people saying that though. That's true though, because I had another personal trainer on here too. He said the same thing. He was like, motivation is fake for real. It's like discipline is what you really need. Just doing it every single day, and it's like eventually you're just gonna get hype about it. Like you're saying, like you're gonna feel that motivation to do it.
Exactly. Like I can tell myself, yo, I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna keep on thinking about it. Watch all these videos about how to do it, but if I'm not doing it, it's not gonna happen. And then mindset. And then we're gonna have that same mentality. You know, who was another person I used to watch? Mel Robbins.
No, I never heard of it.
Yes, she's like the wife of an entrepreneur, and she said she has a 5-second rule. She gives herself 5 seconds to take action on any task, because after that 5 seconds, your brain is naturally telling yourself like, all right, I'm about to get comfortable and think about doing it. So giving yourself 5 seconds to just do it is enough time to actually take action before even thinking about like holding back. basically. So it's almost like a pre-motivation to just do it. You got 5 seconds. You know what I mean? It's like more like instant. Go, 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 like on the go. So that's what I be doing. You know
Yeah, no, that's cool though. Keep yourself moving and stuff. Keep yourself sharp. No, that's cool. So with you said grad school, you know what I mean, personal trainer, teacher, entrepreneur. How do you find time to, and I know being a college student at HBCU, man, still having the time to have fun, man. How do you balance everything out?
Well, honestly, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I had all my fun in college. Yes. So now it's all reality. Now it's time for me to really be, putting work in. I'm able to say I had no regrets in college. So now I'm able to really lock in and do the things I want to do in my life and not feel like I'm holding myself back or I didn't have fun. I have fun. I'm getting older now. We're going to have fun for long, you know what I mean? Like, we have to make time for the things we want to make time for. What is my business and myself, you know what I mean? And what really keeps me going is the things I'm doing. For example, being a personal trainer and running my business and being a teacher, all those are careers that is helping me inspire people. Way more weight than a lot of things. It's all about who you're inspiring to, like, the impact to leave on others, because that lasts forever. So let's, transition that into income. If you're inspiring people and that lasts forever, the money's always going to flow.
1,000%.
You know what I mean?
1,000%. That's what Tony Robbins said. It was Tony Robbins, or was it Jim Carrey? He said the value of a person is based off of how they can affect others. So like if you are, affecting more people, inspiring more people, obviously the money's going to find its way back to you regardless though. And I see that, with your brand and all that stuff about Evolve or Die Fitness. How'd you come up with that logo right there, man?
The logo, honestly, when I came with the logo, how did I come with it? Like, at first, I was thinking about, you know what, I'm doing something fitness-wise. Let me just go for the physique type of thing. I found something on Google, and I just made it work. You know what I mean? I found a graphic designer, one of my fraternity brothers, and he just put fitness right under this. Let's see how it looks. But then what I started to realize, I started getting female clients, too. So females don't want to wear a male physique on their clothing. So my logo and take the male physique off, and now it's EOD Fitness as my logo, which is unisex. So I got a lot of merch on the way. Honestly, I got t-shirts, I got hoodies coming in, crop tops, everything, sweatsuits, and all.
You building that brand, so like when you have that strong brand, you could do anything, right? You can have because I have a boy. He also I said boy, he's technically my cousin. He does you ever heard of was it Fit and Professional, FP?
Okay, what about it?
Yeah, he does, like, he is like Fit Professional. So he makes suits, but he also puts his brand on his workout clothes. Then he also puts his brand in real estate too as well, because he just like it's his brand. So I think you're building a strong brand you can, utilize for everything. Where do you see like Evolve or Die Fitness like growing? Like, what's the ultimate goal that you see for that?
Ultimate goal, I want it to be a rehabilitation center as well as center at the same time. I feel like I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, yo, facts.
So I want to be that person to make it happen. You know what I mean? I want to have like a rehabilitation center connected to an actual fitness gym. It fits both parties, for rehabilitation and for, fitness and working out. Especially as a Black person doing something like that'll mean a lot. It'll hold a lot of weight to me.
No, that's cool though. Are you planning to like, work with like professional athletes and stuff, or is it just strictly like trying to get people to be?
I want to work with professional athletes, honestly. I enjoy watching NBA. I enjoy watching basketball, and I would love to see myself work with like basketball players or football. I could tolerate football. I don't really understand football like that. I could say all day. Like, I love basketball, man.
Yo, for real though, that's my favorite sport, man. I just started watching football. That's funny, actually.
I'm watching it now because my students ask me like every day, like, "Hey, Mr. Adams, do you see this football game?" I'm tired of saying no. You know what I mean? Happening with football, man, for real.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, man. And you're located in New York, right?
Yeah, I'm located in New York right now.
So how do you feel like it was like? How was it for you growing up in New York? And then like, has that had an effect on, you becoming an entrepreneur, or like, because I'm not really too much familiar with it, except for the Bronx. That's where my mom's from.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in New York, like, how the typical stereotype of New York, like, oh, y'all grow up tough and all that stuff. But, honestly, I can't even relate and say, I grew up in the hood and had a tough life. You know what I mean? I was from a family that my father was very hardworking,
Mhm.
morning to night, just to make sure we all got some food to eat and we have a roof over our heads. Especially they came from the islands too. My family's from Guyana, so
Mhm.
Not South Africa, South America.
Mhm.
And what my father showed me is like, you're able to obtain anything you want. You just got to do the work. You know what I mean? And family is really core. He had that support system for him. And even at the times we thought he didn't have it, he wanted to create that for himself. You know what I mean? That's why he found my mom, had kids, and that's me and my sister. You
Mhm.
know, so yeah, my father is actually an entrepreneur as well too. He's a painter, and his father owned many businesses.
Mhm.
Oh, in Guyana, we had like a restaurant, clubs, and all that stuff.
Oh,
So
snap.
so it was really just like, okay, it's gonna just fall on me. Like it's just like genetics, you know what I mean? So I grew up into it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Painting with my dad for like since I was 13 to like
Mhm.
8, because painting is a great job. Everybody always wants their house painted. You know what I mean? Like clients
Facts.
always, but I stopped doing painting because I wanted to pursue my own thing.
Mhm.
I told myself, if I'm gonna start off low or anything, it's gonna be for fitness because I enjoy doing that. But I know it's gonna pay me back because I actually love doing it. You know what I mean? So when I started doing my own business, it kind of started off a little rough, but just through faith and like walking through faith, not sight, it's really true. Like, you really have to try to avoid all that negativity at times. Not all the times you're gonna be up, but you just gotta be grateful for those times you are up. Because you could look back at it and be like, damn, I remember when I was here, now look where I'm at.
No,
Yeah.
facts. That's gratitude, bro. Right. You're right. You're right.
It was one point where I'm like, damn, like I know doing your own business is hard, but I know it was this hard. Like, damn, I like a lot going on. Cause it's like, working for a job, your boss tell you what to do, all that stuff. But when you make your own business, you're your own boss. You
Mhm.
rules, you find your own employees, you're doing your logos, you're doing marketing, you know what I mean? You gotta all the insights, you gotta make sure people see your stuff, finances, taxes, LC,
Mhm.
website. It keeps on going. Stop. It does not stop. But I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it because it's all gonna pay off for me later. You know what I mean? Especially with me laying down a solid foundation where people are able to book me online, buy my merchandise, and see like my content. I'm only due for one. You know what I mean? And it all starts with confidence as well too. A lot of businesses fail because their owners aren't as confident with their own vision.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. But confidence is funny because it goes back to what you were saying. Confidence all comes back to putting in the work because you're gonna be confident with what you see working though. You know what I mean? So no, that's definitely all good stuff right there, man. So while we're done fitness, dang. Now this is definitely a good podcast, stuff like that you did. If you had to leave the audience with, let's say, one piece of advice, what would you tell them?
It's funny because there was that one point where like my mental health wasn't the best. And I
Mm-hmm.
actually, you know what I mean? And my therapist told me this thing, bro, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I never needed my therapist's help ever again after he told me this. Don't seek validation from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
No one. Like don't try to fill up or do things to anyone's needs or likings. Do it because you like it. You generally enjoy doing it. Because there's gonna be people that's gonna hate. There's gonna be people that's not gonna see your vision. You have to see it for yourself. And if they don't see it, they just don't see it. That's one person to a billion.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna just keep you going, 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 going. Also, I can say your mental health is important because if your mental health isn't good, everything's gonna fall. Take breaks, seek help. There's resources out there. You know what I mean? Like not all the times you have to handle your own problems. It's okay to seek help. It's better to seek help from somebody that don't know who you are so they can see things from the outside and help you out. And that
Yeah.
helped me out in business. It gave me a lot of faith and hope. And I learned just not to seek validation from anybody.
No, that's true. That's true. It's funny. I meant to. Well, I'm gonna ask you this because I just wanted to see something. Right, when you were down to your lowest, was it when you were during college?
I had two phases. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. After I graduated college, because I wasn't really too sure what I wanted to do. But once I found out what I wanted to do, even though I wasn't really up financially, what kept me going was just faith and just exiting my comfort zone and taking the steps I need to take in order to get me to where I'm at today. It's better to have a vision than to not know what you're doing. Not knowing what you're doing is like one of the worst feelings on earth. Every day I was so depressed because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm seeing all my friends doing this, all my friends doing that. But it's like, you know what? You really can't watch other people, man. Like,
that's going to make you, comparison is the thief of joy.
It really is a thief of joy. And I had to learn that, you know what I mean? Instead of having envy, be happy for them because they're going to be you when you up too, because they've been supporting you from day one.
No, I was asking that question because like I seen that as like a common trend a lot too as well, like especially with HBCU. Well, that's all I talk to on this podcast for most part, so I can say that. But like a lot of them will say, yeah, I felt like most depressed during college, and it's like sometimes when we're younger, or like not even us, but like sometimes the world will see it as like, oh, they're too young to be depressed. You don't got no real problems yet. But like I really believe that every emotion is valid. You know what I mean? No matter when you are. If a kid tells me they're depressed, I'm like, hold on, what's going on? Like, talk to me. You know what I mean? Because you never know. What'd you say?
And it's okay to talk to people. It's an ego thing. We have to let go of our ego sometimes.
Mm-hmm. No, it really is.
It comes from social media.
1,000%.
That's why I do media breaks every now and then when I have to. I don't care. I don't care where people be like, yo, bro, I ain't hear from you. That's good. I don't care. I'm working on me. You're not going to hear from me some days, all right? I'm better like
thanks though. Social media definitely.
Not all the times you gotta be in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the times you need to be around people. You know what I mean? It's okay to be alone. That's what I learned. Usually when I'm alone and to myself sometimes, I generate more ideas for my brand and for myself. Able to manifest more things and get closer to God. You know what I mean? That's what I've been doing. Because sometimes I realized like a couple months ago back, I always wanted to do something or be outside. But when you be outside, you're around the same people with these like limited mindsets. All they want to do is party, drink, and nothing else. Every weekend, it's the same people. It's just a different thing.
It really is the same people, though. It really is.
Or if you go to another club, you're gonna see that same person. Like it's just their mindset. Mm-hmm. Ain't no fun out having fun, but there's limits to it. You know what I mean? No. I like to go out. I know I completed enough stuff for like that week or that month. It's a celebration, a reward. One thing I learned with Atomic Habits is said, reward yourself for your habits once they're good habits and consistent. Because you're not rewarding yourself, you're gonna forget your purpose at times. Like, damn, I'm doing all this, but I ain't really rewarding myself. You know what I mean? Once you reward yourself, to keep on going harder for your goals.
Nah, I definitely agree with that 100%. There's too many people that's like, but the thing is though, you gotta think too as well, is like social media is really tricking people. They're thinking like seeing all these people post stuff like they're doing all this, that, and the third. It's like they're really not doing that. You know what I mean? You don't know what type of battles they're fighting and stuff like that. So it makes us feel like we're not doing anything. But you got to remember, like we're in our early mid-20s. It's like we have plenty of time, but you have plenty of time, but you also got to act like you don't have any time at the same time.
The hustler mindset.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
One thing I realized with social media, let's really think about this. Have you ever seen someone struggling in a relationship on social media?
No.
You only good. Have you ever seen people getting denied from the grad schools on social media?
Thanks.
We don't see none of these bad things that's happening. They post the goods. You know what I mean? Like, and this confuses a lot of people. You know what I mean? I felt for it before too. I'm like, damn, he's doing all this whole time. I didn't even know what he's been going through. It's a story to everything.
It really is.
Well, you gotta create your.
That's what. Exactly, man. Nah, definitely. I mean, hey, you said reward yourself. I think the last time I went out was months ago. But I'm gonna go for homecoming, so I'll.
And you know what I mean? Rewarding yourself don't even gotta be going out. Or it don't even gotta be going out. It could be anything. Going to the, you know what I mean? Taking the girl out to get some food to eat. That's rewarding because you're making yourself happy. Happy life, right? Or the other way around. Happy life, yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. Anything that's good for your mental health.
No, for real, man. Get simple as getting your toes done or something. Like, yeah, I definitely got dogs done.
Oh, yeah, just started like doing like self-care routines, like, skincare routines and all that stuff, because it makes me feel good. My mom always told me, like, look good, feel good.
No, for real.
Anytime I go to work, I wear a suit. I feel more mature. I feel more professional. People take me more seriously, and I feel like I'm an entrepreneur. Like, I really feel like a millionaire wearing a suit. I dress to impress.
Yes, sir. Do your thing. Do your thing, man. Nah, it was definitely a pleasure having you hop on this episode, man. Taking the time out of your day. Like I said, I know you're doing a lot of stuff, man. So I appreciate it.
I gotta go study for it.
No, when I'm done, I'm gonna finish. We'll start writing on my second book.
Nice.
No, man, it's definitely a pleasure talking to you, man. If you guys are watching this, on YouTube or anything, please like, subscribe, share this channel. And if you're listening to this podcast, 5 stars, man. How can they reach out to you though if they need some personal training or if they just want some advice, man?
Well, in order to contact me, you guys can follow me on Instagram, evolver.fitness. I'm also on Facebook as well, evolver.fitness, and my TikTok is Willie EOD, short for Evolver.
All right, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you having on here, and you guys keep killing the dance. Remember, you pray for success like this. See ya.
Exactly. It was an opportunity. It was an honor to be here, man. Thank you very much.
No problem, bro.